Hello everyone and welcome to this video. We are still in the E3 press conferences and we are moving on to Bethesda. Bethesda makes some of the best games in my opinion, and we were introduced to a lot of them in this conference. So we are going to just dive right into what they showed us. And the first game they showed was Rage 2, and they had a rock band playing a bit of music. The band was rubbish, but the song suited the game very well. And then they went on to talk. Two people came out, one from id and one from Avalanche, and they talked about the collaboration of the two studios on making Rage 2. They showed a trailer, they showed some gameplay, and they said it was coming out in spring of 2019. I didn't play the first one, but I don't think you have to play this one, from what I've seen. And the game, well, it's a crazy open world game, which games that I like. So I might pick it up. Depends what comes out around the same time. Might be something else that I'm more interested in. After Rage 2, they showed they were talking about Elder Scrolls Legends and letting people know that it's coming to console. I've got Elder Scrolls Legends on stream and I don't play it that much. I recently got Hearthstone and I played that more. I found that to be the better game, but that's just me, that's my opinion. There must be some sort of demand for it or they wouldn't have done it. But they showed a trailer of people using controllers and wherever you want to play it, however you want to play it, blah 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 blah. Then they went on to the Elder Scrolls Online and they talked about the next DLC, which is called Wolf Hunter. It's all about werewolves. And later on this year you'll be going to, there's another big, I think it's a big DLC or patch or something, where you go to Black Marsh and there's big focus on the Argonians. And then they showed a trailer on the game, what you've basically been through up until this point, which I thought was pretty good. They showed a trailer for Doom Eternal, which is a sequel to the Doom reboot, and it is basically showed hell on earth. I would not like to live in that world, I can tell you that much now. They had some talks on Quake Champions and showed a trailer. That game does not interest me. They had talks on Prey, where they've announced that they're going to have 3 modes that are going to be in the game. Well, I'm going to say now, because they will be in now, apparently. That's the story. You can do New Game Plus and Survival. There's DLC coming called Moon Crash. They showed a trailer for it, and apparently that's available now. And later on I'm pretty sure they said later on this year they're putting Typhon Hunter in the game, which is a multiplayer 5-on-1. You have 5 hunters, 1 Typhon or Mimic, and I'm not quite so sure what the gameplay here is, but I'm going to take a wild guess at the Mimic has to kill the hunters by disguising themselves as an object and then taking them out one by one, and it's the hunter's job to find the Mimic before the Mimic kills them, or something like that. They didn't tell us anything about it, they just said it was coming. They showed some Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus talks, and that is coming to the Switch on June 29th. And then they talked about, pretty sure it's a DLC, which is Wolfenstein Youngblood. And in this story add-on, let's call it, it's BJ's twin daughters that you'll be playing as. They showed a little trailer for it, short trailer, I think it's a minute long. Well, if you like the Wolfenstein games, you'll probably like this. They went on to talking about VR, which Typhon Hunter will have a VR component. You can play that entire thing in VR or not. And they will be having some sort of single player thing in VR in Prey, where you are on the station and you have to solve puzzles. I think this is before it all went down. There is a Wolfenstein VR game called Cyberpilot, where you hack the Nazi robots and make them fight for you, and you destroy the Nazis. That's pretty much the that's pretty much what he said. And then Bethesda Game Studios' Todd Howard came out to talk about the games and what is coming out now and in the future. And they started with the obvious one, which is Fallout 76. It is a prequel to the other Fallout games because it is when you emerge from the vault and you are one of the first people into the wastelands. So there are going to be mutated creatures that you've never seen before, probably because the first batch of humans killed them all or something. They re-said that it's 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. They basically spent 25 years underground waiting to come up. They finally come up, and it is in West Virginia. I like Fallout. This game has me interested. They said they got 19 times the detail of the other games, and we saw a massive frog. I saw a massive frog in some gameplay or some video footage of the world, and this is when they told us it is an online game. It is shared with other people, and they'll either try and kill you or you will kill things together. That is probably up to you, but you can play solo if you want. He did say that. And it is a survival game, but it's very, I don't know how to say it. I think Todd said it best, but it is light on survival. Basically, if you die, your character still comes with you, or something along those lines. I'll find out when the game comes out, because if I ever go online, I'll probably end up dying a lot. And if I lose my character, I will scream and shout and let it all out. He said there's dozens of players, so there won't be hundreds or thousands. There'll be dozens. Not as big as others, but it's still that survival game. He did say all progress stays with you. And then they showed some Vault Tech videos about about what he's basically been saying, which, as most of Vault Tech videos are, they are pretty funny. There are nuclear sites all over the map, so you can choose to blow up other people or not. And the game is coming out this year. It is coming out on November 14th. Before it comes out, he said they're having a beta. You can sign up, probably at Bethesda Net, knowing Bethesda. Then he talked about Fallout Shelter and announced that it's out for the PS4 and the Switch now. Around now. He announced another mobile game with the Elder Scrolls, and it's called The Elder Scrolls Blade. Showed a gameplay trailer, and he said it's a true Elder Scrolls experience on the phone. There are 3 modes. The Abyss is basically seeing how long you can last in an endless dungeon. There's an arena where you do one-on-one battles with other players. And then there's the town, which is the main hub for all your story-related stuff and quests that you want to go on. There is town building. You can make your own town, you can visit your friends' towns. You've all pretty much done something like this before. I'm taking a wild guess at that. He wants it on everything, from phone to high-end PCs, consoles, even VR. So you could be playing on your phone and you could be playing against someone in VR or console. He wants them all to be connected, and that just sounds ambitious. It's coming this fall for free on phones and tablets first. It's coming out on phones and tablets this fall for free. And that was all he said about that. Then he showed off 2 more projects, which we all had an idea that they were going to be shown off, but he didn't show that much of them. And that was the Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. If you ask me, I think that Starfield's going to come out next year, probably in November, and the Elder Scrolls 6 in 2020, in November again. That's what I think is going to happen. Could get it all wrong, but I reckon that's what they're aiming for. But they didn't show much of the games. They only basically showed logos to say, yeah, we're working on these, they'll be out in the future. And that was when Bethesda's conference ended. So let me know in the comment section below if you plan on purchasing any of these great games, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.